Hey guys, welcome to my review for chapter 476 of Fairy Tail. Now this week we got the final part of the battle between Windy, Sharia, and whatever the crap that time girl's name is. Anyway, so the last chapter ended on sort of a cliffhanger when Altair was giving Windy and Sharia the option to have like this super power-up ability that they'll be able to use to defeat her. However, in return they will lose all of their magic powers. So at first Windy wants Altair to use it on her, but then Sharia's like, no, use it on me because we need to get Windy her powers, and Windy's like, no, Sharia needs to keep her powers, whatever. You know how it is. Anyway, so it seems like Altair is going to use this on Windy. Windy goes Super Saiyan and goes to attack What's-Her-Face, but then she gets shot through the leg and all this stuff. Her powers aren't working. Oh no, what's happening? Turns out Altair actually gave the power to Sharia because Sharia went up to her and convinced her. She's like, you know, Windy's fight is not over yet. She needs her powers more than I do. Use it on me. So then Sharia takes these powers, goes Super Saiyan, and beats the crap out of Time Goddess. Time unfreezes, and Windy is able to save Carla because God forbid a main character dies in this series. And then, of course, at the end, we see Altair as an old woman again, the way she should be. She hasn't died yet. She's just living out the last couple years of her life in peace, and she's like, oh yes, what nice girls. I still don't quite understand how that power worked, how she was able to appear to them as a young person. I don't friggin' know, it's magic, whatever. Alright, so there goes another member of the Spriggan 12, and is it just me, or have the Spriggan 12 not really been living up to the hype? Someone left a comment about this in one of my previous Fairy Tail reviews, and I really feel like the Spriggan 12 we have seen thus far are kind of a letdown, because when this arc first started, they were built up to be the craziest foes Fairy Tail will have ever seen. I mean, when they first meet Ajil, he's summoning giant sand monsters and whatever. When they meet Brandish, she shrinks an entire island down. And pretty much everyone they fought so far, even though it took a tremendous amount of power to defeat most of them, you know, usually like something convenient happens. We're just like, oh, crazy power up, defeat them, and we really don't get to know these characters very well. I really wish that more of these villains we would get to know a lot better, so it would feel a lot more impactful during their fight. And when the character is built up a lot, like Brandish, I really would like to see the final fight with them be like super awesome, and that it really lives up to the hype. And so far during this arc, that hasn't really happened. I mean, Ajil just gets defeated with the battle with Urza, Brandish gets like chopped on the head, turns good. I don't friggin' know what happened with Loxus and that other guy. God Serena just gets one-hit KO'd by Acnologia, and now of course we have this girl who gets knocked out by Sharia, everyone's favorite character. But enough about that, let's talk a bit more about this chapter. So Sharia does lose all of her powers at the end, and to be honest, I really don't care all that much about Sharia. I mean, she was never that important of a character. Although this was really hard for Windy since they were best friends, and if you forgot, they were in a guild together during the time skip. And while I did say in my last review that Windy may in fact accept this power from Altair, now looking back on it, it really doesn't make sense for Windy to have taken the power, and I understand why Sharia did, because, I mean, Windy, like Sharia says, her fight is not over. She still has a lot of things to do. If this was Windy's final battle, it would be pretty disappointing. I do have a feeling that in the end, all of these 7 Dragon Slayers will have to come together to defeat Acnologia. And man, I cannot wait for Acnologia to show up and do more stuff. Where the crap are you? Show up in Guild Arts. Show up! Anyway, so the next chapter is called Transport. That could mean like anything. No idea what it means. Hopefully it is awesome. This chapter was alright. I'm not a big fan of how easily the Spriggan 12 have been going down, and I can only hope that the rest of the Spriggan 12 are awesome. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. You can discuss this chapter in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.